Thank you so much, Powers, and apologies for the technical glitch there. I mean, you were just explaining to me some of the staggering statistics around the number of job losses now recorded within the country, particularly within the smelters sector.
Yes, Tumela, we lost almost 17,000 jobs, and if we look at the impact to our South African, that should be multiplied by 4 because one person takes care of four people. So it's really very bad for the country, where some of the countries are really benefiting on this in the expenses of the South Africans.
How do we find ourselves in this situation, Powers? Is this just a COVID-19 isolated, situation, or is there more to this than meets the eye?
There's really more to it. Look, the situation of the smelters has got nothing to do with the COVID-19 at all. It's basically the historical that has been coming for the past 5 years, where you got some of the smelters, Machado Dorp closed, and that is a ghost town now. You look at Harthout in Witbrand that is closed. It's really very bad for South African market. So basically, it's an historical thing that is contributed by a number of facts, which one few is it's Eskom, because the power cost, input cost on production of the ferrochrome is almost 25 to 30% in value. So that is very, very bad for our production in the smelters in South Africa.
Now, it seems on the contrary, though, while South Africa is bearing the brunt with job losses and with some, smelters closing down, China, on the other hand, is benefiting tremendously on this. I mean, how do they get in the picture? Give me some details here as to why they are benefiting at the loss of South Africa.
If you look at last year alone, Tumelo, we exported almost 12.5 million tons to China, which 83% of China's chrome come from South Africa. Because South Africa, as we stand, we produce 72% of world's chrome come from South Africa. So, and we still suffer as South African, which is really very bad for us.
With that being said, then you picketed outside of the Republic of China's embassy in Pretoria. You took matters into your own hands. And I want to quote you here. You wanted to stop the ransacking of the country's mineral resources, you say. And you say that no mineral resource should leave South Africa, especially if it's not benefiting its local citizens. What were some of the lists of demands that you handed over?
Look, the demand, we're not excited about this export tax that the government is imposing until we hear what is the value that they're going to put on it. Because we will be happy if they put $50 to $60 per ton, and that's one. Two, we'd like the government to give subsidy on power to the smelters, because you look at the smelters, they're the good payers of Eskom. And if they're closing, that means the revenue in Eskom is really going down. That's one. And we have, the Eskom have a rural tax levy that the smelters are paying. We've got carbon tax that we're paying that makes the smelters in South Africa to be really expensive to produce the ferrochrome in South Africa. So you look at China. China is the largest producer of ferrochrome, but they don't have the ore. They're importing the ore from us. So in the last 5 years, we had about 6-7 smelters closing down. So this is really very bad for our country. So we're saying, as South Africans, let's join hands and let's stop this exporting of raw material. And let's at least have all the smelters that are in South Africa open, and our people can get employed.
Well, thank you so much for highlighting this issue. Powers Motsileng, the chairperson of Save SA Smelters, right here on the South African Morning.